I'm the closest to the guys on that.
Nor do you wish to be a guy for someone else who might want a ticket. Just saying.
No one's told me.
So I think Mark is saying, "Hey, you got an extra ticket."
Maybe Mark has also said before he doesn't like to do that passive stuff, so I'm going to assume that's not what he means.
He's absolutely correct, 100%.
I think Dan's waving at us, saying, "Hey."
Oh no, I'm just waving at the viewers while you guys are talking.
Hey, this is the All-Star game, man. Come on, we gotta have priorities here.
It's like I go okay, going live with audio and video in 3, and all of a sudden a conversation. It's like, I'll just let it go.
We paused to let you say you were going live. We wanted
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents our Wednesday night game of TORGanized play. No chaos here. Never any chaos here at Roll Hit Die.
I thought that was Friday nights.
No. Every fucking night with Roll Hit Die's got some sort of chaos in it.
Language.
Yes.
It's early.
But it is 9 o'clock somewhere. But
is that the new rule?
No. Before we jump into tonight's episode and let Rod run us through it, first things first, I want to give my shout-outs. That nice little artwork you see on the screen before you is brought to you through the Roll20 app. Allows us to share artwork, battle maps, and keep our players situationally aware of what's going on. Also allows us to all play together at the same time. Yes, most of us might be in the same state, but we're not all going to drive to each other's house on a Wednesday night. Especially not in Atlanta traffic. But it lets us, let's us all get together and play a game together. Also, another shout out is to Hero Forge. Hero Forge allows you to create custom miniatures. You can pose them however you want, give them equipment, give them armor. You can also give them pets, mounts, anything from sci-fi to fantasy to western, you name it. You can go ahead and create it there on the Hero Forge app. If you're a subscriber to Hero Forge, you can turn around and make it a digital version that you can use in your digital games. Another shout out to give is to GUICube. GUICube will be finishing up their backer project for their recent Kickstarter here in a few days. What is today? Yep, in about 4 days or so, they'll be finishing that up. If you haven't had a chance to check out GUICube, go to GUICube.com, check them out. They're a world created by the company several years ago, D&D world, fantasy world, however you want to look at it. And it's been expanded upon by the community over the years. I know I've added a few things to it. I know Marcus from our Saturday and our Sunday night games has added a few things to it, and there's been others. So if you hadn't had a chance to check them out, go to GUICube.com and check them out. We have 2 actual sponsors. So first and foremost, we have W Energy. W Energy is a good manufacturer practice certified product formulated to give you focus without jitters or crash. Has no calories, no sugars, or no fillers. If you put in the code ROLLHITDIE at checkout, you'll get 10% off your purchase. And you can find them at w.gg. Other sponsor we have is Humble Bundle. They are a website that sells games, ebooks, software, and other digital products. Their mission is to support charity while providing awesome content. Use the same code ROLLHITDIE to let them know where you heard about them from. Also, a few more things taken into consideration. If you're watching us on Twitch, down below we have what's little bio, little information about the games. But there's 2 links. The first and foremost, and most important, is the Extra Life link. Click on that, go to Extra Life, and it'll allow you to give to the Children's Miracle Network at any point in time throughout the year, when you can and when you'd like to. The other one, of course, is our website. Takes you to the website, gives you an idea of a couple of the games. Marcus has been working on it. Our Saturday and Sunday night game has got information in there. But his claim to fame, of course, he likes the shop. He's always adding things to the shop. So go check out the shop. You can get you a shirt, a rug, a mug. You can have the symbol at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there. Or some of the other things from past games and future games. Just keep an eye on it and see what we got. If you're also watching us on Twitch, right down there by the chat bar is a little bubble. We call that the Chaos Bubble. You can earn points by watching us, by following us in raids, by watching us consecutively. You gain those points. You can use those points to cause chaos in our 5th edition games. You can spend them on tonight's game, but only to add or subtract 2 points from a roll. Nothing else. If you spend the points on anything other than that, then you've wasted your points, and I will apologize, but you've been fair warned. I think that's it as far as my announcement is concerned, so I will throw it to Liam and Mark so they can give their little spiel, and then we'll hand it off to Rod.
Yes. So if you're interested in anything Torg Eternity related, you can check out the Delphi Council debriefings on either the Ulysses International YouTube channel or under Torg Eternity Delphi Council debriefings, wherever you get your podcasts. Every week we drop an episode discussing various topics within the Torg Eternity game, whether that's rule or history or lore. We get into all of that stuff. Recently, we've been going through all the cosms and talking about the different races and cultures and stuff like that. On Tuesday, we went over Tharkold, so there was a lot of good stuff there. Again, we drop those on Tuesdays, and we also encourage you to write in and ask questions and leave comments, etc. So that is again the Torg Eternity Delphi Council debriefings on the Ulysses International YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. She's all yours.
So you said a lot of good stuff about Darkhold, but I know things about Darkhold, and I don't think there's anything good coming out of Darkhold.
Everything coming out of Tharkold is good.
I'm just saying maybe there was a poor word choice there for saying good stuff out of Darkhold. That's all I'm saying.
For the Game Master, there's tons of good stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, that is different. I should have realized that. Mark does say that I always had that viewpoint, so I suppose I should have thought of that. All right. So it has been a couple of weeks. You all hopefully remember something about what we were about. You have been recruited by. Yep, that's why I knew you did. You've been recruited by Operation Eris. They have, in fact, their representative, Tony Taga, gave you some information. Basically, you are in very deep cover working for the High Lords. You don't have any kind of base of operations. You don't have any documents. If you are caught, you will be disavowed, etc. You are. I mean, this is as Mission Impossible as we can get. The name even has a colon in the title, so clearly it is Mission Impossible, right? Part of the mission is to gain the trust of Ryuichi Kanawa, with pretty much doing just about whatever it takes to get that. And as part of that, you've been told to act as stormers. Some of you have leaned very heavily into. You guys are kind of borderline evil at this point, but who am I to judge?
We got to put on a good face.
Right. You were told that Ryuichi was somewhere in the southern regions of Pan Pacifica. You ended up doing a little bit of tracking. I'm going to move us to the map off of that splash screen. And hopefully you'll see that I have over here. Whoops, I suppose I should leave the arrow there. You have you guys and Ryuichi down here in, what city is that? I think that is Kuala Lumpur. You had been told he was going to be meeting some criminals. Those criminals, the gang was referred to as the Mera Dan Amas. And when you got there, they jumped you, tried to apparently take you prisoner, and murdered them for that. So, question, Mike?
Oh, we jumped them because we got the jump on them.
We did jump them.
Fair. They were going to jump you, and ambushed them and murdered all but one, who I believe you stripped her down and threw her naked into this car with a whole bunch of corpses in it.
I don't remember the whole naked part.
Yeah, I don't remember the naked, but
okay,
the other part, yes.
Yeah, we threw her into a
Connex box full of corpses.
A container, yes.
My brain just crossed with that last episode of Firefly. I was thinking it was sitting there. Yeah, that went well. That's what happened. But it was a similar type of, kind of a compartment that you threw into, right? A shipping container in this terrible warehouse. She did tell you that that you could, if you wanted to, if you really kind of want to find out where Conway is and find out how they, because they were supposed to meet with him. In fact, I think she even told you they were trying to capture him so they could hold him hostage, for money,
Correct.
to ransom. She had said that you could speak with a man named Lockman, who is the leader of the secret society. Very, very hard to get to. Has his own club. Um, but she did give you a contact named Lee Jun. Gave you his address and said, he could probably get you into the club. And that was where we paused. It looks to me like we've already done the card thing, because I see that Connor only has 3 cards and he has a dark past. Am I remember? Yes, he has a dark past, and everybody else has 4 cards.
I also have 3 cards because of being an aspirant.
Yep. I do see the 3. So that's about it. Anyone have any kind of questions before we dig in this evening?
Nope. My notes are come up with Lee Jung, the info broker, to find access to Lockman. So
Have I left anything out that you think is important enough that you want to remind everyone about?
not that I have written down.
So okay, clearly no.
Oh, we were attacked by evil storm knights.
They were all bad.
I don't believe that's the case.
I attacked by storm knights. Evil storm knights. That was right there.
Yep. That's
It's in
how
my
we
notes.
remember it.
That's how I remember
If I recall correctly, they were agents of the Delphi Council.
it. Well,
trying to
yes.
track you down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there were 3 of them, and you like brutalized 2 of them and left them dead. And then the third one, you let him get away.
To be fair, they pretty much brutalized us to start.
Well, they tried.
I mean, they're storm knights. They're trying to deal with bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we were trying to deal with bad guys. That's what happened.
Perspective, sir.
Oh, wait.
Perspective.
Technically, we were on the villain line, so we were the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
No. Don't give him an inch. Don't do
No,
that.
I'll give it.
No.
We were on the villain line. We were.
That doesn't make us bad.
Just drawn that way. Yeah.
Oh,
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. There we go.
my notes say that the PCs killed some Delphi Council agents in Act 1. I haven't gotten into the specifics of.
See, that is a more accurate telling than murdered them. The PCs killed some Delphi Council agents in Act 1. Yes.
Well, sure, but they're the good guys, so it's murder.
No.
Right? It's murder in the same way that when you're committing a felony and you kill someone, it's murder.
I saw.
I'm sure that if we go up front,
personally,
if we go into Konoha court, we will not be found guilty of murder.
I don't know that Konoha lets his people go to court.
Oh, so no charges will be brought at all. So check, not guilty of murder. Again,
I'm pretty sure Kano Court starts with negotiations and finances.
Yeah.
I would be filing that there was an accident.
yeah,
That
a
happened.
tragic accident.
Tragic accident.
When
that happened.
eventually, assuming you go back to the Delphi Council.
Mhm. A tragic accident happened.
That
Okay.
conversation will start with, "See what happened was."
Oh, I'm sure that there's going to be a bunch of. I have no recollection of that, sir. I have no recollection of that.
Absolutely, without question.
Actually, you do have a psychic with you, so, he can remove those. Blame Toshiro. He took all those memories out of what happened. He said we didn't need to know.
And he even mind wiped himself just to make sure.
So, I just have one question.
Yes?
How do you prove that if you didn't know?
Oh, they remember that you told them to say that.
But if
See,
I wiped
they
your
wrote it down.
mind,
I wrote it in
then
my
how would you
notes.
remember if I told you to or not?
Some magic, who knows?
We have ways.
Yeah, we have.
We had ways of making you talk.
So you know where Lockman is. You have his address. You have his contact information. What would we like to do at this point?
Jun Lee, the info broker, to get the lock.
Yes.
Let's find him.
I'm going to do that a lot.
I know you're good.
So many names.
It's a little time. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the evening, and info brokers like to work in the evening still. So,
Hey,
hey, let's go over and
that
say
doesn't
hi.
be the best time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, what? Just showing up at the address that she gave you?
Sounds like
I
a
am,
good idea.
I am perfectly happy with that. If everyone
that was
else is,
the idea, right?
who's going to stop me?
Certainly not Delphi Council agents.
Yes, certainly not.
No, definitely not those guys. Um, all right. So the address when you get there is a fairly higher end, expensive men's fashion store. Does not look like the sort of place where an information broker is going to be doing business.
Yeah, but we might get good suits.
In fact, Mariam had told you that you needed to get an off the rack ensemble with red and gold, to let folks know that you were there for them.
Ooh.
I'll go grab one.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't see any like that here in the store.
Is there a clerk about?
There is
Pardon me. I believe I was hoping you had something in a red and gold.
kind of looks around, red and gold.
Yes.
Now, question is, did Mark kind of get the passphrase slightly off, or was Zero Cool kind of playing with the verbiage?
What you said a red and gold ensemble, didn't you?
An off the rack ensemble with
Off the rock.
yeah. It was you just said I'm looking for something in red and gold, so it was a little not precise, and I wasn't sure if that was accidental.
Okay, no, I was trying to be precise, and I thought I heard a red and gold ensemble.
Yep. So okay, so you give the phrase, and she goes, "Oh, yes. Well, I'm afraid that our tailor handles that sort of thing. Could you wait here for a moment?"
Excellent, thank you.
And he goes off into the back, and then comes back. He goes, "Yes, it's this way," and leads you to the back. Opens the door, closes it behind you. Very polite.
Okay.
Hey,
Uh,
Rod.
what?
Is this an appropriate time to play this card?
Oh no.
I'm getting screwed over.
Um, I mean, it's aid the hero sometime this act.
Yeah. Well, I'll throw it out there. You
It's
can
always an
play
appropriate
that
time
one.
to play that.
Mm-hmm.
In
There you
fact,
go.
you should play that the moment that you get it, in my opinion.
Nah, not at the. I didn't want to do it at the beginning. But
Yeah,
now
but that
I
gives him time to figure out where to fit the double agent in.
well, see.
It does help. Having time helps. I'm going to move us, by the way, back to the rainy night streets. That is my default for Pan Pacifica
Mm-hmm.
because it just feels fitting. It looks like several of you may still have shock, or at least your tokens are still showing shock. You can go ahead and clear that. I don't think any of you happen to have any wounds, but if so, you had a moment to do some first aid,
Okay.
etc. a while ago. So the office doors close behind you. You see an older gentleman on the desk. No, excuse me, an older gentleman. On the desk sits a high-end computer. The walls of the room oddly bare. He looks at you. He's, drinking something, water, some sort of sparkling water. Hard to say exactly what it is. You come for information. What sort of information is it that you want? Your passcode grants you access to much if you can afford it.
I have some resources, but not a lot at the moment. My resources are mostly skill based, as are my companions.
Hmm, interesting.
What we're looking for is a man named Lockman. I believe he likes to stay hidden in the shadows with the Mara den Imas.
Yes, I have heard of the Meradon Emos. And I have heard that Lockman is their leader.
We're trying to find him and his gang.
Ah, yes. Well, I have heard a great deal of information. 10,000 pieces of it, in fact.
Oof,
Ooh.
that's a stiff. That's a quite large number that I do not believe that we will be able to come up with all at once.
I'm
Perhaps
sure there's something else we can do to extradite this operation here, since none of us seem to be carrying any cash on us, apparently.
I have a little, but not that kind of money.
I thought we had been given.
Were we?
Cash cards with 500.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with what, 6 of you, you could give them all the cash cards. That's 3K.
Well, yeah, except for somebody already gave one away.
That's 2,500.
Well, I mean, the opening salvo were skills based resources, not cash based, and he's
In
still
other wo-
tossing out a
in-
price tag.
In other words, we could barter our trade to help you out to get information.
I see. That is something I could consider as, and use it to apply a discount to what you would pay. But I need to know more of your skills. Tell me, what can you do?
That's
I will look at Zero Cool.
it's a little incriminating. Why don't you give us a task to demonstrate our ability, rather than try and interview us on what we can and
Just
can't
give
do?
us a job. Either we fail and pass your test, or we fail and don't pass your test, or we get the job done and pass your test.
Unfortunately, I do not have a job that needs to be done today.
Oh,
But if I know what your capabilities are, I am sure that the job will present itself in due time.
Well, you can see by their stance and demeanor that my companions, know their way around combatants.
I mean, you need some heads busted in, some doors kicked in. We got you covered.
Nothing more subtle than that.
I'm
no.
much more of the subtle person.
But we have some subtlety, but not all of us. You know, we all have our different strengths.
Rod,
Yes.
can I let's see? Can I detect a Wi-Fi signal?
Give me a computer's roll.
Someone's gonna do something.
Yeah, he's going to roll a computer's test.
Exactly.
I will offer you a good result if it's a DN10.
So that is a good result. Not only do you not really get a Wi-Fi signal, but the fact that the walls are bare, and now that you're kind of looking at them, you can see little, almost like grooves here and there. Looks like someone's built this room to kind of block against mundane detection, etc. There may even be a Faraday cage here. So definitely no signal.
I will make a big show of looking from the right up the wall, across the ceiling, and down the left. Say, well, it's interesting that you've locked us in a box where no one can overhear anything.
It does seem to be the very best way to preserve the value of information that people would be willing to purchase. After all, you wouldn't want anyone else to know what you are getting. I make sure they do not.
But on your word, people get what they want, don't they?
I give information that when it is purchased, if that is what you mean. I don't cheat my customers. After all, repeat business is
He is
good.
an honorable man.
What did he just say, Rod? Repeat business is good business?
Yeah, repeat business is good business.
Okay, I'm going to kick on my Cyberham synth voice.
Okay.
And in exact imitation of his voice. Yes, repeat business is good business.
I am flattered.
There
So,
are other things we can accomplish for you that would not leave your fingerprints on anything. Were you to need to move around or have things moved around.
very well. Then, take. How much money do you have that you can pay today? Versus the work that you will do for me in the future.
I'll toss the black card up on the table.
So the 500.
But just, yeah, whatever's on the card. As if I don't care.
Who was the other person who gave theirs away? Mike.
That was me. That was me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Mike.
It was a piece of plastic.
Right. You were gonna lose it anyway. It's
I know. A piece of plastic. Whatever.
It's dead.
Anyone else tossing a card up there?
I don't mind dead things, but
Sure, I will add my card.
Okay.
I'll add my cart.
All right. So we're up to 1,500. Anyone else?
I'll toss mine in because why not?
I was gonna say, is there any
Are you holding on to yours, Jim? I think yours
Yes.
is the last one. You're holding on. Okay.
I'm holding on to mine just in case.
Of course.
I would also let him know that if he's ever dealt with an Adinos before, I have a little more tact and a little more persuasive ability than my brethren.
Yeah, says the guy who tossed away a $500 card.
I don't know. I have heard of an Adinos who works in a boardroom. He is known to be quite intimidating to competition and his fellow board members.
I could also be quite intimidating
Okay.
when I want to. Persuasive, intimidating.
I mean, look at those teeth.
Well, why don't you, since you guys are trying to persuade him, who would like to be testing persuasion for the group?
Oh, I probably would.
Not me.
I'm out.
Now, I have a persuasion of 8.
Yeah, I'm at 12.
There you
Then
go.
go for that.
Sounds like you got it.
Mm-hmm. Anyone can people help?
I'll
I don't
try
think
to
you
help.
want me to try.
Okay.
I'm willing to try if you want help, but I think
Yeah.
you've got this.
You can try.
You can do it.
We've all been chatting.
I tried to help. So
I failed to help.
There we go.
I didn't hurt anything, but I failed to help.
You are correct.
Why not?
There we go.
Look at Otek.
It might be good. We'll see if we need to get what
No,
our
no.
DN is.
That's plenty fine.
There we go.
The lizard has a silver tongue.
Hey.
Who would have thought?
Very well.
Yes, I do.
So that I can reach you, please. If you would, any kind of, has you each walk around to the computer and hold up this little thing to kind of scan your eye and take a thumbprint. This way I can reach you when I have work to be.
Not real
Thank-
interested in being digitally encompassed on your computer. You can find me when you find them.
I will walk around and do it, and he can have a digital
Oh.
copy.
I'll totally do it. I
Okay.
don't care.
All right. So I heard Mark is like, or Zero Cool is like, nope. Is there anyone else who's going to tell him no?
I have no problem.
Yeah, no problem with it.
Okay. Well, fortunately, with your 17 persuasion, the money you put down, and the fact that, what was that, 5 of you were willing to do that? Excellent. He'll produce a Zuzu phone from one of the drawers in his desk. And says, yes, please. Who is going to take this? And he's holding it. Actually, you notice as he's picked it up, he's kind of wearing like some, plastic gloves that he apparently put on as he was pulling out the phone.
Oh, another dead thing. I'll grab it.
Perhaps I should show you the correct way to hold this. Someone else, perhaps.
I'm not afraid of the dead thing.
Yes.
You might want to be.
It's afraid of you.
Oh. Okay, who's getting the brainworm?
I mean, I'll step forward and go to grab it,
Okay.
or say I can take it.
Yep.
Second best choice.
So he's holding a glove, and he shows you he's holding with all 4 fingers and a thumb, kind of a very specific way. you'll need to hold it like this. And he hands it to you.
Well,
Okay.
nice knowing you.
You feel a slight electrical tingle. And he goes,
I like the.
yes, that it is recognizing your biometric signal. The four of you, excuse me, the five of you should be able to access the information on this phone. Now, you should of course be aware, if someone were to try to access it incorrectly, the hard drive will automatically melt itself.
So you looking at me when he says that?
Yes,
Okay.
which means a computer's role on the thing might not be a great idea for you. But you know what? You can give it a shot. I'm sure it'll be fine.
That'll be all right. All will be well.
That's what I've been told.
So I've heard.
I mean, am I gonna have to roll a computer's roll to access it,
No.
or is the
No.
assumption he showed me the right way, so I'm good?
Yeah, I mean, you all see exactly how to do it.
Is he
Okay.
intimating that I probably need to know how to get into this thing?
No, I am telling you with your understanding of computers that if you try to hack into it and you fail, you'll destroy the phone and the info on it.
Ah, but if I succeed, I'm fine.
If, yes.
Okay,
A
check.
lot of if on that plan, though.
Not as much if as you think.
The if is just wafting off.
Nah, somebody's got gas. We'll be fine.
I mean, you're the mechanique. So, if anyone's got gas, that's what you run on, right?
Not me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a real boy, remember?
Are you? Is there anything else?
So we're just gonna sit around and wait for you to decide that you need us?
Yes. You don't have to sit around. Do what you need to do. I will be able to contact you through the plexus.
Is there a good sushi place around here?
Yes. Sushi? No. You're in
Macau.
Kuala Lumpur.
Oh no, Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah. So while he is Chinese, there is not, he does not know of a good Japanese place.
So when should we expect to hear from you? Because I have bills, and you just took like almost all the money that we have.
Act 3, Scene 2.
I will contact you when I have work. I do not at the moment. One never knows when it will come in. But don't worry. You will always be first in my thoughts when I need job done.
Is there someone we should pay homage to before we go to work in this region? Because I gotta earn, and I'm gonna go to work, and I wouldn't want to step on anyone's toes while I'm working, waiting to hear from you.
You do need to understand that the toes you will be stepping on are probably Lockman's.
Well, I'm sure
Steel's
that
getting better all the time.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a deal that's getting better all the time, not one that's getting worse by the minute. So.
He's altered the deal. Pray he doesn't alter it further.
That was sarcasm.
Really? Why? I don't understand what the need for sarcasm was. I thought it was a pretty good deal.
Oh, I am fine with your deal.
I mean, you didn't get the Lando Calrissian rep there?
Yeah, I did. That's why I said it wasn't getting worse. You kind of turned it around, and I was like, yeah, I was agreeing with you. I totally got it. But see, this one is getting better.
So,
yes.
Thank you.
Of course. And, my associate will have a suit for each of you on the way out.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
The suits they're decent. They're, not quite $500, but, they're decent.
Are we essentially branded now to his yang?
No, they're not like matching Nile uniforms or anything like that.
It's just a reason we're here kind of situation. Just it's part of the cover.
Yes. That's probably what it is.
That's probably what it is.
Well, I'm totally wearing the suit jacket over my bone and hide armor.
Did they tailor it for our Adinos friend?
No, these are off the rack.
Yeah.
They just gave him a bigger one, and so right, the arms aren't quite wide enough, so it kind of walks and sticks out a little.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely wearing
I mean, when
And
you
there's
came,
no tail hole.
when you came in here, you asked for off the rack suit. You're getting an off the rack suit.
You got an off the rack suit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I can cut a tail hole if I wanted to wear pants, but I'm not wearing pants.
Why are you not going to wear pants? Everyone should wear pants.
I don't want to be peer pressured into wearing pants.
So generally, I tend to agree peer pressure is not a good thing. But peer pressure to wear pants, that might actually be a good thing.
Ah.
I mean, he likes to have
look at the
hanging
clerk.
out.
I will look at the clerk and say, knife.
Knife.
Oh, I think we can produce a knife for you.
You're going to make it clear that you're about to, like, rip into the pants?
Yes, pretty much.
He'll grab some, the right kind of scissors.
Uh-huh.
Can
And
you,
then I'll
like,
make a tail hole.
I don't know, fix the seam on that too, so it doesn't continue to tear after he's cut it.
That's what, yeah. Well, allow me to do. So he'll do that. He'll put some tape on it, but he's not fixing it 100% because
yeah.
you're not paying for it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not duct tape, I'm sure it'll be
Well,
fine.
could we like pay for him to have a tail hole? I mean,
with what money?
Oh, I'm fine with it.
I still have some starting cash left over. I'm willing to help you get a tail hole in your suit so you won't look stupid.
I mean,
ain't you the?
Why would I look stupid?
Ain't you like the digital diver? Can't you like go into somebody's account and
you realize, Mark? You realize, Mark? Eventually, it's just going to decay.
I not here it isn't, but yeah, eventually it will.
Oh, when I have a reality, when I play the reality surge.
Yeah, that's fine, and that's fine. But I mean,
Well,
I don't want
I
you
was
to
more
look
saying it's gonna decay when he doesn't wash it or take care of it, and it just starts to deteriorate and get hard and cakey with like dirt and whatever.
Zah, look, your attire reflects upon the group, and so I want you to look respectable, so that we look respectable.
Wait, are you saying I do not look respectable already as a
with a hole ripped in your
prophet
pants? No,
of Lenala?
Not with a hole ripped in your pants. But a properly, and I wave at the clerk, properly tailored hole in your pants, you look respectable. Don't you wish to look respectable?
Don't rightly
But
know
I
what
am
a
respectable.
prophet of this Lanala is supposed to look like, so I will say sure.
Okay, so we're having this discussion back and forth.
Yes, we are. Until you actually pay for it, and then okay, whatever.
I'm totally paying for it. You just tell me how much to take off, Rod.
We'll probably do it for like the equivalent of $50.
Okay, done.
It's it's a quick patch job. Looks like he ironed on the patches and stuff. A couple of threads to hold it on. Nothing real fancy. I'm sure it'll be fine. So what would we like to do at this point? The pants situation has been addressed.
Shouldn't we check out the information we just retrieved?
I thought you might wish to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So there is going to be a number of things to go over here. The phone itself, right, is a standard Zuzu phone. So it can do all the things a Zuzu phone can do. There are a couple of files on it. And by a couple, I mean several. And so I'm going to read you something, and then I'm going to share the handout with you. So that hopefully will answer any questions you guys have. First, there's information on a corrupt police officer named Captain Razek. Apparently, the captain has been paid off by Lockman to ensure the police arrive swiftly if he ever calls them, but to otherwise ignore any calls about his club.
What? Say that again?
The police captain has been paid to, hey, if I call you, you come running right away. Anybody else from my club calls you, leave it alone.
Yeah, clearly trouble can go down at my club, but it's not trouble until I say it's trouble.
Yep.
Correct. And it looks like besides the fact that he's paying him off, he also has some dirt on him because the file here has a couple of forms of evidence. Apparently, the captain. It's mostly circumstantial evidence that would involve him covering up numerous felonies, possibly being involved in some of those felonies. And there are a number of videos of his marital infidelity as well. Next, there is the personal contact, bank account information, and general debt of two of Lockman's most experienced and trusted bodyguards, a pair of Canadian sisters named Maisie and Riley Summer. It says that they are not polite, surprisingly.
Ha.
Both have a crippling amount of debt, with some of the collectors being less than reputable. Zero Cool would realize there's probably enough information here to where you could, if you're good enough at cracking and hacking, could possibly mess around with some of those debts.
Mess around with, like, clear them?
Clear them, increase them, pay them off, push them to somebody else. The sky's the limit. There is the address and key code to the apartment and alarm system for the and the hours of work for the manager of the deck. The deck is the club where Lockman hangs out. You may recall Mariam said that's where he hangs out. It is. He's got so much security. It is so tight. You'll get killed if you assault it. But this also has the information for the manager of the deck, who's named Amir bin Adam. It has a psychological profile on him to include that he's got some sort of he's hydrophobic. Seems to be afraid of drowning for who knows what reason. Contains some information on building security to the deck. Talks about the power could be shut off to specific areas that the manager has access to do. And apparently, when the power is shut off in such a way, the club itself almost acts as a safe room, right? Going on lockdown, which would prevent ingress or egress from the building. And then a complete profile on the head of security, a man named Umar. Has his address, basic biography, details. He apparently is the unofficial caretaker and guardian of a few dozen children that are in poverty. Now, there's no reason to believe that this is any sort of Oliver Twist situation. There's no evidence of that in the file whatsoever. So that is everything that's on the phone.
Wow.
That's everything on the phone we were just given.
Correct. That's quite a bit of information. Now, as you as players at this point have possibly deduced that this scenario, this module is going to play out a lot differently, much differently than most of the other Torg ones we're used to. Not just the fact that you're Operation Eris agents, you have a lot, it's much less linear. I actually would tend to think of it almost spider webby, much less linear, lots of opportunities for you guys to kind of, be creative, including being creative with all this information that you've just found.
So, based on what's been revealed, the club and the power, when the power goes off and the club becomes a safe box, does that, what happens to the comms, to the phones and calling out and that kind of thing?
That you'd probably end up having to hack into it, right? Kind of hack into the system of the club to find out, because that's not contained in the file.
So our goal is to get good with Lockman to find out what's going on with Ryuku. Does that sound correct?
Is that a question for me, or
A question for everybody. But
I
yes,
think
if
it's
you
a
would like to answer the
clarification in
question,
general.
yes.
That seems to be my understanding.
Are we?
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm 100% right on that or not, but
Yeah, because we're trying to get to
right.
Ryuchi, sorry, Ryuchi.
Hmm.
Um, and he was trying to make a deal with Lockman. Lockman's trying to grab him.
Yep.
So us trying to get in good with Lockman may lead to Ryuchi.
Right.
Ryuko, sorry.
No, Ryuchi, you were right.
Oh, Ryuchi. Okay. Oh, I wrote it down
You're,
incorrect.
you're, it's Ryuchi, but I think you keep putting Reiko's name in here,
Yeah.
mixing the two siblings up.
Well, they're like twins, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, see, that's what happens. So here's a couple ideas that I have. Since the officer responds to Lockman, we have someone who can imitate his voice and probably call him and say, "Hey," but we need a voice sample of Lockman.
We'd
With
need to talk to him, correct?
Yes, yes. Um, we can also go up and do the same thing, blackmail the captain and say, "Hey, we know what you're doing. If Lockman calls, don't show up." So put him in a catch-22. The other thing to do is to get together with his bodyguards to have them introduce us to Lockman by wiping out their debt.
Could do that.
Or
What
we get with the debt collectors and say, "Hey, we're gonna try to collect the debt on these sisters and make good with them
he
too." But anyway.
he hangs out at the deck.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we, because we've got addresses on all these people,
yes.
right?
Hmm.
What if we covertly visited all these people individually and planted like a business card, a simple business card or a simple token of some kind, identical token that they would have no reason to have on every single one of them, and then show up at the deck and talk to Lockman and say, listen, you have an organization that has holes, and just make a pitch. You have an organization that has holes, and and we're pretty good, but there's better out there. But if we can do this, we poked holes in your organization. He's like, what kind of holes? Say, well, how about if you have everybody reach into their breast pocket? Call these people in and have them all reach into their breast pocket. I think you'll be interested in what you find. And then they all come into the office and they all and he now has a pile of these tokens, whatever they are, sitting on his desk. And the implication is that we put them there. We visited all these people and these people had no idea we visited them. And then we're like, and we can be assets to your accounts. Like, I'm sure you were aware that your personal bodyguards had owed rather large sums. Oh, look, they don't anymore, and push a button and it's gone right in front of him. Um, and just demonstrate our value to him that way and say, we can help you and get, because that's our goal, right? We got to get in. I think you said earlier we got to get in good with him.
Hey,
Well,
I think that's a very complicated plan to do something very similar. Um, we
It is.
could we could go and just wipe out their debt, and then or for the sisters, and go up to Lockman and say, "Hey, did you know that they were in lots of debt? Oh, debt's been paid off. I wonder what they're up to."
It can be considered fishy and suspicious activity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know that. Do we want it? Because that just. Hmm.
It's a little
We could.
simpler, but
No, it's a lot simpler. I don't know that we want to implicate them. We want to be in good with the organization, not set up inter-organizational strife necessarily. We
but
want to
we
be
could
one part. We want to be part of the family.
but could we step in and be their trusted bodyguard at that point?
Okay.
We could do a better
Now,
job.
I'm going to say this for Mark's idea. I One of my perks is mastermind, so I can always create a flashback during a dramatic scene.
Yeah, I don't know that would be the dramatic scene, but if it were, that would be fantastic.
Mhm.
I don't know.
It would be dramatic. I don't know that it
It
would
would.
fall into the dramatic scene category.
Right,
And
right.
I don't know that a flashback is going to be good enough for, hey, we visited 5 people or 4 people,
Okay,
right?
okay.
It might be good enough for one.
Yeah, typically the flashback is that, ooh, here's something we didn't consider. Well, except
Right.
we totally did.
Right.
I don't know that it could be quite planned that way.
And I wonder,
Right.
now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if we could have a premeditated flashback. That sounds a little cheesy in that, we walk in there and say, okay, we're going to shut the power off and lock down the box, and then flashback having cut the comms that go out to call the cops.
Yeah, but that we could actually have done, before we even got there, because with your computer abilities, you could probably do that.
Yeah.
No argument.
Now, here,
Without
bear,
the flashback.
bear in mind the flashback, right? Does
Mhm.
flashback work on the premises that the Storm Knights, not the players, did in fact plan for certain unpleasant surprises? So I
Right.
think it's a little hard, like Mark's just said, to pre-plan a flashback.
It's a retcon. It's a
Mhm.
skill that gives you a retcon.
Yeah, it's a retcon. But what? Sorry, let me be a little bit more clear. What I'm thinking is like with Mark's idea, like having a flashback where there's this one person we didn't know everything about them. We could go back and like a business
But-
card type thing, but where we could get something on them or do something for them at that point. I'm just saying,
And that would be
when we get
appropriate
to
for a dramatic scene.
right, when we get to this point, I do have mastermind so that we can do things like that.
Yes,
And
that'll help with we're not aware of this thing or forgot that thing.
keep reminding
Right.
us about mastermind when we get into a dramatic scene, though, because that will be helpful. But it'll be the, oh, I wish we'd done this thing, not the, hey, when we get there, let's
Oh.
retcon the thing that we could do now, because we're
Mhm.
talking about stuff we can do now.
Yeah.
But your point is good that you have that available to us.
Well, like I said, is the obvious thing right now is we know we have a a good enough hacker to go in and probably wipe out that debt for the
Well, we
the
could do a
bodyguards.
number of things. We could wipe out that debt. We could potentially replace all of those videos uh, in a position to be publicly released on the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Which that doesn't hurt
Well, yeah,
Lockman.
the whole idea is are we gonna come in? Well, it hurts him because he'll lose a contact.
Only if we release them.
That's true.
My point is if we could set it up with the push of a button that and have that cascade set up. Like, okay, we go in and we talk to him, say, look, you got holes, watch this, and we pay off all your debts. We can do good things and bad things. Oh, look, that guy? Well, here's some videos. Those are poised to be released too. You might want to think about who you have around you and maybe step up the quality of the people that are following you or that you employ. And perhaps maybe we're a better choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then wipe them out so that they're gone. And by gone, I mean sent to a Delphi Council server somewhere. And wiped out of the Pan Pacific, the Plexus.
Yeah, and well, I would say is the one. The one person I feel bad about messing with would be Umar, because then you're bringing kids into the equation. Because we could go, oh look, he's taking care of these kids. Hey, look how easily they could be threatened. You probably should pay him more, so he doesn't.
I don't think we bring Umar into it.
Yeah.
I think maybe Lockman doesn't know Umar's doing that. Maybe Umar's doing a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if we expose him, Umar's got a problem. So we just leave him alone.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too, because that's. But really, we could go, hey, look, we found the information on the Captain Resnick. Someone else probably. I'm like, we're that good to find this information that you have over them. Look, here's your Canadian sisters. It's easy to buy them off. So why don't we just wipe out their dead for them?
I wonder if
And
we could
push
do
the button.
that.
And,
If we could set up a computer hack so that we can do three things from within the club. We
mhm.
can security lock it down. We can potentially release all the videos, and we can pay off the sisters' debt, and do that in front of Lockman.
I said, you should hire us.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me.
So we're looking for a job.
Yeah.
Here's what we could do. We
Yeah,
found
kind
these
of a
we found these holes.
yeah, kind of like a sneakers interview.
I was thinking
Yeah.
swordfish, but yeah, sneakers works, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It depends on your age.
Swordfish is good too, but that has a. We need to go find some frozen corpses.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we should walk in, see if we can get an audience. Possibly even if we get rebuffed, we could send some files
Ooh.
to his Zuzu phone for the captain.
Oh, you know how we get the audience? I got it for you, Mike. Here's how you go. We set it up so we've got these push button, right? And we go say, you need to let us go talk to Lockman. And do the best we can to politely and non-threateningly talk our way to see Lockman. And the guy says, no, you can't go see Lockman. I say, okay, I tell you what, nobody's leaving this club until we see Lockman. And I push a button, and we lock the club down.
Mm-hmm.
Say, listen, nobody's being hurt, but nobody's coming and going until we see Lockman. And then this guy, and do you want to be the guy that didn't take us to them when we lock your club down?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go see him and say, you've got this guy who's dirty. See these videos? We could release them, but we're not going to do that. Watch this. We're going to erase them. And they're erased. And by the way, your bodyguards, and then, oh, you know what? We're going to pay that off too. How about that? And that's how we get in.
I like that.
What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Let's try it.
Rod, so what kind of a computers or a DSR or a hacking role or whatever do I need to get to set up so that I can, at the push of a button or mentally through my cyber deck, lock down the club, pay off the debt, and show a site that whatever the equivalent of YouTube is for the Plexus, where we're going to upload those videos of the captain performing felonies.
Yeah, there are a number of complications in that. Always, but the biggest of those is that you'll recall that most security systems and most computer systems are not connected to the Plexus, which means the one for controlling everything in the club, you have to do it from whatever system they have in the club.
Okay.
The debts, right? There are a number of kind of different gangsters that you'd have to get into a bank and kind of hack the bank, right? So in both of those cases, there's going to be some degree of stealth and subterfuge, lying, con, whatever you have to do to get where you need to be to kind of, plug in and do your thing. The videos, you have those on your phone. You could probably that would be very easy to just upload to a secure site that you could show to anybody, right? With hey, this gets released into the wild if on a clock if you don't do something or whatever you want to do. That part's probably the easiest.
I don't know that would even need a role. That's like you can do that now.
Agreed. That's why that's the easiest. With your skill set, you should not need to test that.
And then what we do is we go in. It's like, okay, we take care of the banks, or we go in and set it up so we can send out a command.
That's it. You basically implant, a program that's going to run when you go, boop, run. Which means
Yes.
you'd also have to probably plant a little bit of hardware in there to get that to get a signal, right? Either leave a Zuzu attached to it or plant something that can get a signal.
Is that something I think I could craft?
Um, yeah, with an appropriate role,
Of what?
probably computers.
Okay.
There may be some stealth involved as well for putting it in the right spot. I probably would do it as like a mind stealth role for hiding it in the right spot so no one sees it. So I can't think of anything else that's good for, hey, I hit a thing someplace.
So we're gonna Ocean Six the bank.
That's
Ocean 6.
I had to count that many people.
So who's our sneaky guy?
Well, Connor has a stealth 12.
So you're so I would have to hack the bank so that the phone.
You got to get into the bank to do that too.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I got to hack the
Hello?
bank, and then Connor's got to place the phone inside their network.
Yep. Right now, writing the program, that's probably not super hard. You could probably do most of that ahead of time, and then just decide, hey, okay, these are the components of that I'm going to include. Right, copy paste this out of various files to quickly build your thing. I don't know, Mike.
We're heading down the road of a lot of work and
Yeah.
stuff. Does anybody have a better idea or a different idea?
Not right off.
Nope.
Wow, that sounds like a no.
I think it's a good plan.
All right.
It'll be work, but we can get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So who's going to go to the bank to be the person opening the account?
Oh, I totally will.
I don't know that they're going to believe you.
I'm very charismatic.
He's true. It's gonna say I could go there because I have a cash card.
Oh, no, oh, you know what? Oh, no, this is perfect. So I'll go in with you, and I'll be like your not your interpreter so much as your interface, because you don't handle dead things well, but you're here to do whatever, YouTube starring, video stars, business, and you need an account, so we're setting up an account for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll use the computers to set up all your information, and while I'm setting up your information and filling out their forms, I'll hack their system.
I like it. And while I distract them.
While you'll be charismatic.
Mm-hmm. How do I use a pen?
So it's just the two of you going in then.
Well, no, because Connor's got to go
Connor,
hide
I
the
am
Zuzu.
going to.
The three of you. Okay.
Yeah.
So Connor, I think currently you're going by Ed Dillinger. Is the name that you're using for Zero. And Zaotek.
Yeah, and so Mark will copy and paste stuff from Stack Overflow.
Is that what it is?
Get it appropriate. Yes, that.
Yeah.
When you said the copy paste.
That was the only thing I could think of. I was thinking like, all right, if you're writing some sort of query to go look things up, there's just going to be lots of stuff that you do all the time that you probably have ready to go that, just let me copy paste this. Mm-hmm. I use this over here. It works over there. I'll just copy paste and I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the other half of us could go make inroads with the aforementioned collectors.
I mean, do we want to split the group up?
Or do you want to have people nearby the bank in case hell breaks loose and they need an exfiltration?
Hell should not break loose. We have very charismatic Adinos.
Yeah. With that being said,
fly casual, but don't look like you're flying casual. I love this plan. It's a great plan.
Is it?
It is.
It is a plan.
It is a plan.
It'll be an entertaining plan, no doubt.
I love this plan.
Yeah,
Ghostbusters quote.
But if we need it
together. But I love it when a plan does come together.
if we need a distraction, a quick distraction, I know someone with leathery wings and looks like has big nasty teeth, and a guy with an axe, and another guy who would go into any situation and smack down a fool
And start firing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's knock this out so we can get the whole party doing
Kind
stuff.
of walk into the bank. There are several security guards. They notice you right away. They kind of begin, strategically converging on the area.
Yeah.
Lines of sight, etc.
I'm just going to be pointing out, describing what the things are to
one of them.
Zootek.
You seem to be in the wrong place.
Hello, I would like to open an account, and I'll look over to Zero Cool.
Yes,
Is
yes.
that what
we
it is?
need
An
a bank account.
Yes, an account.
My employer is recently moved and requires an account for business. And I look at Zootek. Business.
Business. Yes.
See, what sort of business? This way I can get to the correct
Well,
person.
I'm being filmed on this thing, and I'll pull out my Zuzu phone.
The phone you're given, or just yours?
Oh, this is mine. No, the one that's mine. Yes, and this phone, they take videos and put them to a web.
The Plexus.
Interactive.
The Plexus, sir.
The Plexus thing. Yeah, Plexus.
Come on now, he's an influencer, can't you tell?
That's exactly what. And the guy does seem to be making a face like, "Ugh, this is an influencer."
Yeah, and then they
it's almost perfect.
They push the clicks.
Wait, sir. This
and I make the money.
This may be good content. I open my phone up and I turn around and I start filming.
No. You cannot. And he's holding his hand up. No. You cannot film here.
This is my associate who handles the dead things.
Yes,
but this is what we do.
Yes,
this is his. This is what we need business for.
You can't do that, and he's kind of moving around, trying to stay away.
I have a tagline.
Yeah.
Should I bite it? Should I bite it?
No, you should not bite it.
No,
do not bite it.
There is no biting.
It's a
and I will get one for you. I assume you're basically trying to fluster him.
Yes,
I'm going to continue until either he takes us to a desk where we can set up an account, or we attract a manager.
Understood. Yeah. Give me a I'm flustering this guy roll.
Which skill is that?
That's his. He's the charisma one.
Well, that's why I don't know what skill that is, Dan.
Just give me a fluster guy roll.
You know what? I'll go with the intimidate.
Ooh, can I give him a dodge? Because he's trying to block my camera, and I'm trying to.
I would let you assist with dodge.
Okay, I will assist with dodge. Yes.
Said trick. I heard Robert. Is that what you were thinking, Mike?
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking more of intimidate. Intimidate or persuasion.
I almost helped.
You almost helped.
It's the thought that counts.
I could see a charisma trick instead of a mind trick.
A charisma trick? Okay, we could do that.
You guys know I like to mix and match things.
Yeah,
I got a good trick. I should have tricked. Damn.
Right, and we can say screw the rules because, well, when I'm running, they're my rules. It's my version of the Cosmverse.
Oh!
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
Somebody's got some shit for this.
I got a second chance.
You have a second chance.
I got a second chance.
I have a second chance as well.
Stop being me.
Yeah, because you're waving the plexus around, the Zuzu around, and that was a country.
Do you want another second chance?
Wasn't it?
No, because it was filming.
So you didn't disconnect.
You know what? I can make this happen.
You're not a 4K, are you?
No, because I am not using the gene mods
to film. Okay.
Yes. I can use. Hold on. I just need to double check my the.
You're unskilled in trick?
I am unskilled in trick. Yes. I'm not a tricky guy. I need to see the reroll precision trick. Okay, this is not magic error, so I'm gonna drop that. Last roll is 3. Ooh, how's a 17?
I'm looking. Do you get the re-roll on that before the?
That's not. I'm not using it as a reroll. You may spend a pan-Pacific possibility to reroll persuasion, stealth, or trick test, even if a mishap is rolled. But I'm using it as a possibility.
Okay, because you could have technically have done that instead of the second chance.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I'm like, well, let's roll with the possibility and go with it.
Okay. Um, I I do want to point out the reroll. When used to boost action, that when you use it to reroll a persuasion, stealth, or trick. Oh, you know what? It doesn't. It doesn't actually boost. It's the reroll, not a reroll and boost.
Correct.
Yes, correct. That's why.
Thought at one point that I
No, it's
think
not that good.
before the final version came out was reroll plus boost, and the
Mm-hmm.
Oh
final
wow.
version is not.
Layman, did you see my ping in chat?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right. So he calls out a name, and a woman comes over, and she, please, everyone, please be quiet and calm down. I would be able to help you if you would like to come this way. Sir, I do need you to turn off the recording on your phone. And we can come to my office, and I should be able to assist you.
But
Yes,
It's okay. We get clicks later.
yes.
okay, I closed the phone.
Thank you, sir. We do not like to have recordings. It is poor security to record the inside of a bank. This way. Then she kind of, leads the way into a little cubicle area, and two of the guards come with. If you would like to sit, 3 seats there, and she kind of goes around the desk and sits in front of the computer. Now, if I understood correctly, you are here to open a business account.
Yes.
I see. I hope you don't mind the observation, but you seem to be, well, I would have thought, and I expect most people will think that you have some very interesting chimeric modifications, but I suspect that you are foreign to our planet.
Blessed by Lenala. Yes.
Yes, yes. Um, and the rest of you, are you also from a different reality than you currently find yourself?
It is why we get the clicks.
Yes.
The clicks make the dead things because I like the dead things.
Yes, yes, I understand. And you are going to be an influencer. I should tell you, normally we reserve accounts here for folks with established accounts, a great deal of money to deposit. How much will you be depositing today?
I will take some money out of my pocket.
Do you have money or do you have the card?
I do have money.
Okay, how much money do you have?
I have $450.
She kind of looks as you're counting it out.
Oh, I'm not counting. I'm just grabbing it and
Dumping
you
it.
know, you know what? I'm just kind of dumping it. Some of it's
Crumpled
probably
in a wad.
I
Coins roll out.
on the edge of the table so that some fall on the floor.
Okay. Yes, I am not certain this meets the criteria completely.
But I open account
Uh,
and
if
make the
I may-
clicks
if
and
I may,
make
sir.
make more dead things.
If I may, sir.
Ma'am, Mr. Woman.
I'm talking to
Oh,
Zanzet.
okay.
Yeah, if I may, sir. And then I turn to her. Ma'am, yes, this is an insubstantial amount of money, but we need to open the account and then establish a connection to the online subscriber donations so that we can get that conduit set up. And once we get that conduit set up, I mean, That's only gotten. I'm sorry, sir. It's only gotten 50,000 clicks after the last 2 hours. And I closed my phone again, which is all bullshit. But
Give me your BS roll, Mark.
I have a trick. Do I need to do better?
You could do better, but I don't know
Oh.
that you need to do better. And I understand that that's a vague answer.
I'm happy to do better.
Do better.
I don't know that you need to, though.
Totally need to do better.
Right? Remember the whole law of intrigue. Sometimes it's going to be a little fuzzy. Okay.
I'm happy to do better.
See, typically we have very certain rules, and it is difficult to make exceptions to those. But well, perhaps.
Does she have a logo for the bank? Something on her desk that's like got not necessarily her name, or maybe she's got a name placard that she was awarded a tchotchke that's got her name and the bank logo on it.
Possibly why.
So
that's always the question.
Yes. So what I want to do is I want to pick it up and hand it to Zaotek, and then take some pictures of him and say we can get you 250,000 views on this in less than a day, easy, free publicity for your bank, and see if that puts her over the edge. You know, like trying to make her look good. She brought on an account that got them some publicity and brings traffic in, and this, that, and the other. And
Well,
if I think that she's going to be open to the idea of making her famous, I'm going to use something that's got her name on it so that she's tied to the good press, or at least make her think that she's going to be tied to it. So they can't. There's no way to separate it. She's going to get all the credit for doing a good job, and butter her up.
Hmm. But yes, well, again, I don't know that we need to take pictures right now. Perhaps I know. There are some forms. Yes. We will complete an application. And she says something to the guards in Melee. Which do you have a translator?
I think I do. No, I don't have the translator yet. That's coming.
Okay. So she says something to him, and they look a little kind of, surprised, and they kind of nod politely and walk out of the cubicle. And she drops her voice very low. I would prefer you not to have my name and a picture in public. I am sure you can understand the sort of discord that could create for me. And you do realize discord is another name, right? Is the Roman name for the Greek goddess Eris.
My card helped.
So I'm going to get rid of that card.
Not how I figured that card would be played, but okay.
We'll take it. I'll take it.
Let's figure out how to create an account for you. Normally we don't, but since you're already very famous, and she begins kind of playing up the BS you said.
If I may,
you realize it's your role probably convinced the guards, probably not her.
If I may,
what she needed.
Zaotek is, and I kind of pointed his hands, and then I pointed the keyboard. It's a little hard, if I may.
Oh yes, of course. His biometrics. Sir, do you consent to allow this man to use his biometrics for your account?
Can I bite him later?
I don't
Please
care.
don't bite me, sir.
Yes, you can.
Again.
I just.
So she kind of passes you a pad, and then oh, excuse me, as she looks at her watch. Can you wait? Can you just wait here? I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I should fill this out while you're gone.
You don't have to, but it would
I'll
be
take care of it. And
okay.
yeah, we're totally hacking the shit out of this
Yeah,
now.
If you still need me to go and try to hide that phone
Oh
somewhere,
yes. No, we
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
do.
Okay.
Boom.
okay.
Look at the big brain on Ed.
So let's see. All right. So we're gonna start with right, kind of getting into the system, and you can see that the sisters' names come up in a number of places, mostly having to do with gambling. And it looks like there's a number of casinos, as well as a few other non-gambling businesses that they just happen to owe money to. Bookstores, laundromats, right? A couple of things that are just totally unrelated to casinos. Obviously, they have a couple of debts. You could probably tell that those are things used for laundering, illegal money. It
Yeah.
looks like these two girls together owe a little over $500,000 in debt. Um, so you have access to all the information. I will need you to write a program, and then we need to hide the Zuzu, right? Connect it to a network somehow, or again, right? Because it's got to be physically connected, and then have the Wi-Fi signal going out to you.
Yeah, but it can't be in here. It's got to be. So Conrad, you got to put it somewhere not related to this lady, so we don't
Okay.
out her.
Okay.
And as soon as he gets it connected, I'm furiously creating my program. As soon as you get that connected, I can pop my program into it, and you just got to hide it somewhere good.
Hey, Conrad,
Okay.
you gotta use the restroom?
That's what I was going to do. So once I have the phone and they're ready for me to go hide it, I was going to go over to one of the guards and say, uh, pardon me, do you have a bathroom?
Yes, this way, and
Okay.
he'll lead you to a restroom.
Okay.
They're pretty tight on security here,
Okay.
so he's not going into the restroom with you, but he does
Right.
appear to be kind of waiting outside the door.
Okay. Now I have to hook this into a network, right?
Yes.
So, is there
Generally,
the
you
ceiling?
don't have system access in the restroom. Most
No,
people,
but is
that's
there?
not the business they're doing in there.
Yeah, but is there a the
Now.
ceiling? The ceiling.
How many
Is
times?
it a drop ceiling, a
Sure.
sealed
Standard
ceiling?
top ceiling.
I'll say, how many
Okay.
times you sat on the toilet doing shit on your phone?
Yeah.
I
So
try not to
I'm
do
going
the
to
shit on
see.
my phone. That goes in the toilet.
Sorry,
I'm
what's
going to
that,
see if
Robert?
I can get into um the ceiling.
I'm sure you can. You're going to give me
Yeah.
a stealth roll as your kind of.
Yep.
So I'm going to need stealth test and find
Not great to start with, but I can go further.
and a find test to navigate through the building in an area that you don't really get to see.
Yeah.
Um,
Do I need to be higher on my stealth?
well, your stealth. Remember, you're going to set my DC, my DM.
Okay. Then I will go on and I'll give you a possibility here.
Okay.
Because with the Kanawa thing,
I would
what
I
is
would
it?
I would use a regular instead of the Kanoa one because you've started the roll. Remember, a Kanoa possibility can be a second chance card.
That's right. Okay.
Yup.
So I will use a regular one.
That would be my suggestion.
Actually, I'm going to do this a little bit different. If you don't, I forgot that I had a card.
Okay.
The card that I went to is actually known to me, and as a dark past person.
Where are you from with your dark past?
Isle.
You're from Isle.
But I had been in Pan Pacifica as a agent for Thori.
Okay. So
I'm seeing if he basically I'm using him as my contact to take me to the bathroom, but he's actually letting me into a back area.
So what he'll do instead, because right, you can kind of negotiate with him a little bit as you're talking. Yes, first you have to he'll this way, sir, and kind of put his hand on you as if to guide you. And you realize there's a piece of paper with an account number where he's going to expect some money later.
Yeah.
But he says the restroom is this way. And what he does instead, as he's taking you there, is palm another piece of paper to you that has a quick sketch of the layout, so that you could successfully kind of get through the ceiling into the room you need to get to.
Okay.
And then if he were to take you to the computer room, it's all caught on camera.
Right.
So there's a chance someone then goes and searches the room.
So I will still spend the possibility so I can be stealthy.
Well, I don't know that you need to at this point. He's giving you a pretty good route to go.
Okay.
So you can get to the room without a problem.
Okay.
And then you are going to give me what do we say, stealth mind roll to hide this in there?
Okay. The stealth mind?
Yep.
A 21.
That's not terrible. Really sure, and that's probably a really good thought.
Okay. And then I will back out of here.
Okay. Come out of the bathroom. He takes you back. At that point, the woman Masayu Binti Surya is waiting, and right, because you've already finished all your stuff on the computer, your application, etc. And she's just getting the biometrics for both of you.
I'm just waiting for the announcement or the ping, or to see Connor come back out of the restroom with his little.
I would have assumed that you would have set it up on your deck so that when the phone went live, it pinged your deck.
That's fine. As soon as I'm loading it up as soon as I get whatever the high sign is.
Would you really want to wait for a person when you could set up a program to do it?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mike laughs because he's like, that's the story of my life.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the bot. They're more reliable.
Yes.
They do what you tell it to do. Sometimes
that works against you too.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
But it still did what you told it to do. You just didn't tell it to do the right thing.
Exactly.
As opposed to the person who you tell them, guys, I need you to download this. Don't open it as a live document because you're making changes to what everybody else is looking at. And then you find yourself on Monday at 11:45. You're on the system at work trying to upload things because the sons of bitches won't listen to you.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you email your boss and all the other regional VPs and ask them to remind their teams not to do it.
That sounds a little too close to reality.
I can digress, but 30 more seconds. My boss had decided, because I said that actually I did that this past Monday. I was frustrated. And so he decided during his normal Wednesday thing, he's talking to the whole region. He's going to give him a reminder. He didn't tell me he was going to do it. He's in the middle of talking, and it's a Zoom meeting. So at some point, or Teams meeting, somebody must have hit mute all because of background noise. He mutes his speaker so that as people are typing in messages, the bings don't don't distract them. So everyone's waving. We're putting our hands up on the Teams meeting, typing, telling them you're muted, you're muted, you're muted, you're muted. Finally, someone from another room comes in, taps him on the shoulder. It's been like 2.5, almost 3 minutes. Muted. And finally he goes, oh, so okay, where did you guys lose me? We're like, back when you were praising these branches for what they did. He's like, okay, great. So he goes back to the last thing we heard, and he keeps going, finishes the meeting. He calls me afterwards, and he's like, so after I went and I did my reset, I forgot to tell everyone to stop opening your stuff. Apparently, he told me, he's like, I had prepared this thing, and I compared it to the Don't Squeeze the Charming commercial, and I told him it was great. And I bust out laughing, because to me, the irony is just perfect. That he tells everyone to leave my crap alone when he's muted.
That's hilarious.
I figured
Tell
you'd
everyone they need to
appreciate
learn how to lip read and go back and watch it.
So that was my more. But the irony of that was, honestly, as much as I'm the victim, the irony of that is so delicious. I couldn't stop laughing about it all day. So. All right, there's my little digression. Thank you guys for letting me do that.
Yeah.
So now
So
return you to your regularly scheduled bank heist.
yeah, you're well, really. So really,
Already in progress.
what?
So,
Now,
it's not really a heist, more a bank plant.
yeah, what is it that you want your program to do? Say that show that the debt, because if you wanted to show that the debt was paid off, you got to move the money around.
So let's snatch a page out of Superman 2, I think it
There you
was,
go.
and Richard Pryor, and we're just gonna set our worm up to grab the quarter. When you do the math and the math comes out and it's a rounding thing.
Yeah.
It's 28 cents and 28.258 cents.
Yeah, I work with those numbers, so I know.
Okay, we're gonna take the 258. It's still 28 cents, but we're gonna take the 258 and stick that over we're gonna create a spot on the ledger for
Yeah.
that to just accrue, and it's just gonna the number of, having been in that industry, the number of transactions that flow through a bank in a day, this should not be a problem by the time we meet with what's his name.
Nope.
And
The problem
old-
is not the bank software. Absolutely not.
Mhm.
Accounting department, that's a little different. But the software, not a problem. Give me a mind test, if you would. Not a real tough one at all. All right. So you realize you're going to have to point, whoever did this, you're going to have to point it at someone. So it looks like it's their money, like someone took the money and transferred it to them to settle their debts. Do you want it to point to the sisters? Do you want it to point to Lockman? Do you want it to point to somebody else? But ultimately, it's got to look like someone is taking
gifting
that money.
them money.
What?
Is it blame for taking the money, or is it a credit for giving the money?
No, it's blame. Because accounting wise, someone's going to say, "Hey, wait a second, we're $500,000 short." If you're 550K short at the end of a couple of days, all of a sudden, someone's looking at it.
Do I, in my perusal of their system as I was stomping around in it quietly, did I see any accounts that I recognized, or some shady connections to some otherwise
Well,
do I see any like Delphi Council or Operation Eris connected individuals accounts or other kinds of things that I recognize?
let's see, mine some data in there.
When am I rolling to mine data computers?
Yeah. Basically, you want to make it look like the Delphi Council stole the money? There are probably some things in there that are businesses that may be Delphi Council fronts.
Yeah, we're gonna make it look like we're obfuscated as much as possible, but blame might come back to the Delphi Council.
You
Sure.
want to make it look like they put this program in, stole money from the bank, and then gave it to these folks.
Well, they did.
Well, Mark, if you really wanted to have fun, we could see if we could find the accounts of the Delphi Council members we accidentally killed.
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect.
We have we have their IDs, so
They don't
We
have
do.
that kind of money.
Yeah.
But you could
But they
also,
will.
I mean, if you really just wanted to, create confusion and chaos, it could be somebody from an embassy somewhere, like a Nile Empire embassy.
Is there a Konoha account in this system?
Mark, you're in a bank in Pan Pacifica.
Yes.
Yeah, but is there a big like?
Oh,
Is there a,
no, that's the wrong question.
Which one
accounts
isn't the
are
Konoha?
not Konoha? And more importantly, how can you tell in either case?
no. I want an actual Konoha corporate account.
Not here. Something that's clearly very much this is Konoha. Probably not here.
Do
And
we
if
have
it
any
is-
information on who Lockman is opposed to?
No. Everything that was on that phone is in that handout.
Pick a random corporation.
But I mean, you said you're basically going to do it from all the corporations and blame the Delphi Council.
That also works.
Yeah, but wouldn't that make those two girls look like plants? It would make them look like agents of the Delphi Council.
Possibly. Is that a problem?
It might get them killed.
Is that your problem?
Yeah, he's
Actually,
kind of a goody
Thinking
goody.
the
I mean,
same
you
thing.
killed Storm Knights of the Delphi.
Okay, so
You know, these girls, they might be good looking. Let's make sure we don't hurt them, or whatever the logic is.
Clearly,
what-
our line is very vague and moves
So
a
this is
lot.
yeah, this is a question to the group. Do we have any corporate guys that we know that's been mentioned to this point that we might be going up against?
Okay, how about this? I've already stated that Connor works as an agent for Ethorian. Do I happen to know any group that might have ties to Ethorian that he can use?
Do you have a second connections card?
I do not.
I'm afraid not.
Okay.
I want to be able to point to somebody else in the zone and say they're trying to make these girls look, because if it goes south and they're like, oh, you're Delphi Council agents, we can come to their rescue and say, well, this looks like I can go in and hack it and say, look, here's the footprints of this other group that might have done this, and try to make it look like it was Delphi Council. But I don't know where that trail ends.
I don't either, because I don't know that there's anyone else you guys have met. Bear in mind, you're relatively inexperienced.
Okay,
Yeah.
then here's how this is how what I want to do then. I want to go and find an unknown or a relatively absolutely stupid, noxious little IP address at like a laundromat in the poorest section of the zone that we're
Run into
currently
a
in.
problem in that, remember, businesses here are not going to be connecting their business computers to the Plexus.
I get that. I understand that. I just need to find somewhere that the trail, if you look hard enough, a casual look says Delphi Council, but if you look one more layer deep, you see this one little breadcrumb that goes off to this one little IP address that's in the middle of nowhere. And I'm picking it that way because then we can point and say somebody did something over here. I don't know who it is, whatever, but there's absolutely nothing to find because it goes nowhere.
Understood. My understanding of how companies have set up their computer systems in Pan Pacifica, I don't know that it's possible for you where you are to just randomly go pick this, find what you're looking for, because you're not attached to that company that's over there. So I don't know how you do that.
I want to forge an entry in the server log that says there was a connection that came in and then started doing this stuff through the Delphi Council accounts.
Except they know that there can't be a connection coming in. Remember, the Plexus is not attached to the computer network of the bank. That's why you had to hook that phone in there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not connected to anything?
Generally, no. That's kind of what the book says. That's because they're that paranoid and hackers are that good, which is why it's a must be physically present to hack.
Okay, then I'm gonna route it. The connection is gonna come from a camera on the exterior of the building.
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to do.
somebody. I'm going to make it look like somebody from the exterior of the building hacked into the building through the camera. It's something that's clearly impossible, but that's what it seems to indicate. And
Okay.
they'll waste more time trying to figure out how do they do that through a camera, rather than trying to
Okay.
figure.
So we're gonna basically set it up the program to. Did you get the flyer, Mosquito?
No.
Sorry. Set up the program to first, collect all the money and use it to pay off all their debts.
Yes.
Everywhere you see that they have a debt. Second, that's going to go back to an account that is clearly a Delphi Council agent's account. Third, you're going to leave a trail of breadcrumbs to, hey, somebody hacked this camera, this security system outside the building, and that's how they did all of this.
Yes.
Okay. When someone sees the Delphi Council, is it obvious that it was the Delphi Council?
No. You have to make assumptions. You said fronts, like they suspect these accounts are fronts, but they don't know. Maybe they dig into them. I don't know. Do we know that they're accounts? I don't. They have to have some kind of connection. I don't care what the connection is.
I'm trying to figure out your final difficulty.
I understand.
Right?
I am going for really loose association of the Delphi Council that it could be, maybe not. It depends. What you look for, you will find. If you want to find that these two girls are Delphi Council agents, then that's what the evidence says. If you like them and you want them to still be solid, then it doesn't really say that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Give me your computer's roll.
I can feel I'm already going to spend on this one.
I am almost certain you will.
Oh, that's not a good start.
That's not a success.
Do I want to second chance that now or try
Yeah.
a possibility? Are you going to tell? Do I get to know what the number is?
You're looking at an 18. Because there's the base difficulty of, hey, I'm wiping out their debt. And then a couple
I gotcha.
things that we're adding to it.
Second chance. Second chance.
Does anybody have a basic bonus?
No.
I mean, I've got a sport, but I'm not there with you, so.
I've got a drama card. That's what I got.
I need a will mind and an action. I need an idea. Remember, I can use an idea as a basic bonus.
No, I understand that. I do not have those.
I have none of those.
Nope.
I'm willing to see how. Let's roll with it and see how it goes.
Ooh.
There we go.
Lucky bastard. So yeah, that is actually a good success. So you manage it. It's not quick, but you managed to get it done in less time than you would have expected it to take.
Okay.
An outstanding success. He would have gotten back from the bathroom and would have been like, "Boop, we're done. Can we get out of here?" But yeah, so you now kind of control their debt and have the ability to wipe it out. Now, good success. You're going to have to do this. This is not going to be an indefinite program. Someone's going to find it.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to press execute at some time, probably in the next 48 hours.
I think we're going to the club tonight.
Possibly. But you have a little bit of time with a good success. So you guys are in there a little while. Eventually you come out. She shakes your hand. Lets you get a picture in front of the bank with the logos. She's not in the picture. The guard who took you to the restroom, also not in the picture.
Yeah.
And in fact, most of them don't really want to have anything to do with you as an influencer.
More bites.
No, don't bite them. They did a nice thing for you.
Oh, no. I changed clicks to bites. So.
Okay. No. I like it. Branding.
What is bite that like button.
It's good branding.
Yes, branding.
Now you're thinking of like a branding iron, aren't you?
Yeah, yes.
We must get by brand. Good branding. Everyone's like,
Mike,
Ah!
I thought it would be feed that bite button.
Feed that bite button.
Yeah.
Okay. Feed the bite button.
Feed the bite.
So yeah, if you actually were doing this, people might be making memes making fun of you.
See, when we get and when we get real money, we're gonna have somebody do some T-Rex animations of the bite coming. Feed the bite.
Exactly. Feed the bite.
You guys have thought
And
a lot of put a lot of thought into something that you're not actually doing. You realize?
Yeah,
No,
pretty
this was
much.
all spontaneous. It's fantastic.
and Mark, that was a Superman 3,
Thank you.
actually not 2. And
That's
for
cool.
our younger viewers, that would also be an Office
Office
Space.
Space.
Yes.
Office Space. They did it in Superman 3. I liked it
First.
better in Office Space because they run into
Oh,
like the same problem. They immediately figure out someone's going to catch us. You know, he goes, I can't go to a federal pound me in the ass prison. That movie was hysterical. All right. So it is 5-9. Timmy fell down the well. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so it's a good time to go get Timmy
I
out
was
of the
about to
well.
say, while he gets Timmy out of the well, why don't we take 5?
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back within 5-10 minutes.
Something.
See you then. And we are back. Good. I actually did that pretty good. I just got to move you into a new location. There we go.
Now, Connor, apparently, since he doesn't have the money for this guy, he's going to go do a job to earn the money that he owes that guy in the bank. It's going to take him out for a while. And then it's fine that we don't have any of his cards or abilities.
Because he's using them over there.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
pretty much.
over there.
What happened? We lose Robert.
Robert
not
is
feeling
not feeling well.
Ah. Well, thank you for your help, Connor.
So, you have you've executed part 1 of your 30-part plan. What is part 2?
I think we go to the club.
Well, I mean, it is a little complicated.
Oh, it could have been worse. But yes.
It was. It started out much worse.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, now it's the go to the club, hack the bar, so we know how to
Shut down the
shut down the put it in safe
power.
mode.
Yeah, safe mode. We're gonna put the club in safe mode.
Okay. So the club, and let's take you guys to the club. That's not the club. That's the club.
It's the rainy street.
Hmm?
It's still the rainy street. Now it's the club.
Oh, there we go. The deck. Oh. You didn't say this was a fancy club.
Oh, it's a very fancy club.
Is this
And
book art?
yes,
Cool.
and I'm afraid you guys. I think the last one, the rainy one. I think that was all. That may have been book art also. Either that or I stole it from Elaine when he ran it the first time. That may have come out of the Pan Pacifica book itself. I'm pretty sure that was TORGart.
TORGart. Okay.
I hope it was TORGart. So since we're going to the club, we are going to have a new scene.
Ooh, I get a card.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. No.
Did we want to reconnect?
But now that you all have your cards, you can recycle.
I like my cards still.
I'm gonna go ahead and recycle and reconnect.
All right, so the reconnect has gone away.
I would like to cast a spell.
Are you disguising yourself?
Yes. As a nondescript club goer.
I'm trying to remember. That's like what, once per day?
Once per day I can attempt it, yeah.
I think the fight that you had.
Is it all the same?
I'm afraid we're still on the same day. Now, if you want to wait and go to the club tomorrow, then it wouldn't be. But that does take a couple of hours, a number of hours, probably more than 24 off your 48-hour time limit.
I wonder if we go to the club tonight just to see how easy or hard we think it's going to be.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to go, at least.
Okay, so you're more going to the club to case the joint.
At least to start, yeah.
We just go in. We just got to go in to have a beverage to start with.
Mm-hmm.
And see what the club looks like. If it goes south, we just leave.
Okay. Assuming you can leave.
Well, that's fair.
That is always an assumption I take and then get proven wrong on.
Well, the way it's going to go is that both Lehman and I will be taken in for chimeras.
Does that change how you guys approach the situation?
Well, do we see any
Yeah.
of those kinds of people going into or out of the club from the outside?
So in terms of the line for people who are waiting to get in, there are definitely some chimeras.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh, we need to. Do we want to? Do I want to go down that road?
you laugh, so yes, you do.
um, can I set up? Can I spoof a website as not Zarok,
Zolotech.
Zotech's influencer website to show that he's getting like a lots of likes and
Probably. I
hits,
mean, no one's actually looking at it, but sure.
because I want to set that up, and then we could go up there and live stream you trying to get into the club.
Oh, I like it. I love this plan. This is a good plan.
I mean, we're bringing everybody because we need, you know, we've got an entourage. You have an entourage.
Yes, I do.
I don't know
So
how well that do we have some quick Plexus research to tell us what kind of club the deck is?
you can give me a computer's roll.
Like that, like.
Bite that like. Created a monster.
Absolutely.
I'll offer you a 19, sir.
So it is, nightclub, expect alcohol, music. There are some private rooms and venues as well, but it's mostly more going to be kind of a very upscale nightclub. A line to get in. There are multiple entrances, and of course, it does talk about how tight the security is to make sure that everyone is free to enjoy themselves safely.
So maybe we walk up there and everybody gets behind Zotech and says, "Bite that like" in unison, and then we turn to the guy and say, "You got to let us in. Look, we're getting like 250,000 hits on this live stream, dude. Free publicity, and play that same game.
Oh, absolutely.
See if we can get in that way." I mean, that is absolutely not a low profile recon.
No, it's not.
100%.
Oh yeah, but we're just going in for drinks.
Yeah, but when we come in later,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is very, very not low profile.
Oh, but it's very fun.
well, yeah, but maybe we come in, maybe we don't come in so high profile.
Oh yeah, we just stand in line and see if they let us in.
Yeah, let's see what that maybe is our an opportunity.
We're casing the joint,
Yeah.
or well, I would say we're looking for an opportunity for a place to be influencing, but we're
Let's
not
just
filming
stand in
right
line.
now.
Yeah,
And then
let's just
tomorrow
stand
we
in
can
line and
film.
see how it goes.
Just
Yeah,
here for a
yeah,
good
yeah.
time. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, we could always do two groups if we wanted to.
No. Me trying to get into this place is gonna go one of one way.
One of one way. Okay. Let's just get in line, see if we can get in.
Okay, so you're waiting in line as
Yeah.
opposed to the we're going to go in as if we're filming.
I'm still setting
Yes.
up the website, so if we have to fall back on it, it's there, and we can play that game. And maybe we'll take some individual shots in the line.
So the line is decently long. What's your plan to not wait on the line? Because let's face it, I know you guys don't want to. Like you're there, you're already waiting 30 minutes, and I am guessing Zao Talk is miserable just standing in line doing nothing.
Probably more like Hobek.
Do they have a list? All clubs like this should have a list.
So what? Yeah, what are we observing of the people controlling entrance? What are they doing?
They
How are
seem,
they?
kind of every so often someone will come out, kind of go down the line, pick a few people out, and bring them in. They are they tend to be good looking, very well dressed.
I mean,
They have plenty of money to spend here.
this guy.
All right, so you want to go with the whole? You
Oh,
want to?
no, no.
You want to do it?
Oh, no, no. I just seeing what to do. See if we can. Let's see if we can talk to someone coming out and say, you want us in there because we're unique. Like a
I mean,
Studio
there are a
54
couple
type of
other
unique.
folks with, who definitely look like chimeras. Not a lot. And surprisingly, no one is asking the two of you about your gene mods.
Oh, of course not.
Right. I mean, none of you are. Well, Tashiro's from Pan Pacifica. It would be rude to ask someone who's very obviously has gene mods about their gene mods.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't do it.
So next person who comes on out to grab people in.
Okay. Just kind of look folks over.
Excuse please.
What?
We bring a certain. I will look at Toshiro. Je ne tu quoi to the establishment.
But I don't speak French, so I have no fucking clue what that's supposed to mean.
He kind of looks you all over. I don't think any. I mean, I don't know that any of you are particularly wealthy or look wealthy. Do you?
But I have suit.
Guys do have suits, and they're decent suits. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can get you 250,000 clicks. Bite that like.
I have no idea what that means.
Oh, show him.
You don't know. Zootech bite the like?
No.
Tyrannosaur bites the like.
No. And he starts to walk.
I open it up and show him the streaming, the likes coming off and all of that. Like, we can get inside. Get your name up there.
So you pull out your Zuzu. He does the same, and he seems to be opening his Cash App. Like where you can scan his Cash App.
I scan his Cash App.
Okay, how much do you want to give him?
How many likes does it take to get in the door?
1, 2, 3, 4 should do.
He'll walk away if I give him $4.
Yes, he absolutely will.
Shit, I don't have 400.
Yeah, but somebody does that you can access through that thing, right?
Well,
Yes.
that's my.
Obek does.
Yep.
You know
Oh.
what dwarves are like.
So I
Here-
pointed.
here-
I pointed. Are
Dwarves
you
like-
willing, Jim?
That's fine.
I point at Hobeck. I say, "Pay the man."
How much you giving him?
Try half.
I will try the 200.
There are 4 of you.
We're gonna get you 500,000 likes by the time we get in the door. That's worth a discount.
Bite the like.
Hey,
Mike,
you might
can
as
roll-
well let him in. If you don't, they're going to sit here all night filming you, and he's going to do that.
I'm gonna
Bite
spin the
leg
camera
thing.
around, start filming the scene.
What did you say, Rod? I didn't roll.
I said you can go ahead and give me a roll. He just stares deadpan right at you and your camera as if he doesn't give a crap in the world.
Bite the like.
Oh, that was a 12.
Mike zoomed in on his camera when he did that too.
I know I did.
Bite the like.
He
That
kind
was
of
fantastic.
snorts a little bit and pulls you out of line and brings you to the front.
Okay.
Going through security, you can see there is a scanner that is very, very good at what it's doing because it's picking up small weapons on people, and they're being forced to leave them in these little lockers before they can get in. Is there anyone who is going to change their mind about going into the club, or are you going to give up your weapons before you get scanned?
I I
I
pull out.
can't do either.
I pull out the pistol that I'm carrying, my Cinesec Viper 9mm, and just
Put it in a little locker.
put it in a little locker.
Okay.
I expect that back at the end of the night, of course. But
Yeah,
I'll put my
actually, you have there's like they have a key to
Yeah.
open it, and you have like similar like a
little chit.
safe deposit box.
I put the God meter in there too.
All right.
Do they have a locker big enough for a great axe?
They can they have some larger lockers.
Jim, they hang a tag on it, tear off the bottom, and hand it to you.
So
That's fine.
so
That's fine.
so
I'm
Rod,
clearly not going to be sneaking that in at all, so I definitely give them that.
so you
I also
you
give them the 5 throwing axes I have, and I stack them all on top of each other in such a way that it makes a circle of axes, because that's just the way I, hold them.
Sure. He
As you do.
it up with his foot as he closes the locker, and you hear him all go bang down into the bottom of it. Next, he doesn't give a crap about you. Very clear to you. So you've dropped your weapons. So that's Holbeck, Toshiro, Zero Cool, Mike.
To be clear, Rod, I have Trigon dicers, but they're inside. So
Yep, I'm gonna need a stealth test from you.
okay, I'm
Right.
hoping my hard class arm can camouflage that.
Yeah, we'll see. Mike.
So if you understand, I do have a red thorn whip. There'd be no metallics going on with it, but it is a whip that would be under the suit.
Understood. I'm gonna need a stealth test from you as well.
That is fine. I will bite the leg.
Oh,
You've
Nice.
been nutting rolls tonight, Mark.
somebody said they had a drama. Do we have a glory?
I do not have a glory.
Nope. I have a hero.
Yeah, we can get there. I can get the glory. We need the card.
No one has glory. Robert may have. Unfortunately, he's helping the other guy.
We don't have the card you are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
I just realized I don't know what I have. I don't have it either. Crap.
Why? You still got it. That was a great roll.
I mean, we could still, if we wanted to turn it into possibilities for everybody, that would bump up everybody's possible. Well, no, because we got to play the glory card.
Mm-hmm.
Never
Play
mind.
the card.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Never mind. Sorry.
So yeah, they're gonna ask you to take, open up your shirt there, because it seems to have almost similar to that airport X-ray where they're looking at some stuff, and there's something under there that you're gonna have to pull out, and they'll put that in a cage.
Who, me?
No, that was for Tech.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah. Basically, it is incredibly difficult to get weapons in here.
Mm-hmm.
Your slicers, they do not appear to have noticed. Lehman, let's talk about
Yes.
Victor. Victor is a little bit of a weapons platform, if I understand correctly.
Yes, my arm is a sniper rifle.
So are you going to be trying to do stealth to move in such a way that it your posture and it just makes it look like it's reconstructive surgery?
I'm a player of cause.
Okay.
With a 21 rod, can I somehow kind of play off the whole? This is my cyber arm. He's got the same kind of thing going on. And
If this is a dramatic scene and somebody was here to do
Yeah.
sure. So whose possibility is this?
That's mine. Because I have to
Oh,
roll.
what are you trying to sneak in?
Well, it's not that I need to sneak it in. It's a part of my body, and I'm assuming I have to roll stealth to make sure they don't notice it.
Which?
Bone spurs.
Mm-hmm. And a little bit of pretzel. There's 3 egg rolls and a pretzel.
Huh?
I could go.
Wow,
first.
you're trying to sneak a
Egg rolls and a
What's
What's
pretzel.
that got to do with bone spurs?
Yeah, no food. Jim,
No outside food.
no better. No outside food. Build it.
Jim's like, son of a bitch.
Does this scan look like it would find or notice the bone spurs?
What are they?
Why would it?
Mods? The bone spurs are gene mods?
Yes.
Let me go look.
natural growth, right?
What are they? What are they under? Gene mod weapons? No.
What are they under? It's a very good question, Rod. I have to go look.
Yeah, I don't see bone spurs in here.
It's in the Pan Pacifica book.
Yeah, that's the one I'm holding.
All right,
See a
let's see.
bone knit for toughness.
No, it's
Spring spurs?
Spring spurs. Okay. Is that what it is? It should be under the gene
Yeah,
mod stuff.
it's under gene mod weapons.
Yeah, and it's spring spurs. I don't know why I put bone spurs. I guess for my own flair. So that would be
Spring spurs are specialized versions of bone spurs.
Yeah, the bone spurs are basically the Adinos version, and clearly Kanawa Corporation captured some Adinos and like, hey, we can figure out how to take these out of their body and put them in yours. And you can be all like this trademarked Wolfman fighter. Wolverine.
Nice catch. Nice catch.
Yeah. Well, we don't need a C&D from the House of Mouse.
Mm.
They are litigious.
So the question is, do I think this scan will pick those up or no?
Probably.
Then I'll spend that possibility and re-roll it. Roll higher. Or attempt to roll higher. Let's just put it that way. Last roll was what? 6. Is 14 good enough?
I'm afraid you are too shy.
Let's see.
I got nothing.
Stealth is a dex base, and I'm how many shy?
2.
I'll give you the adrenaline.
Okay. So, yeah, you have to do a little bit of stumbling around and kind of moving so that, they tell you to stay still a couple of times before they finally think it's okay. All right. Lehman, are you trying to get in?
I am going to stand outside because there is no way that I can...
You could roll a 40 like Mark did.
If I rolled a 40, I still wouldn't get past that 16.
Actually, with a stealth of 5, a dex of 5, a 40 would be exactly what you would need. But that's fine.
You could do it, Lehman.
You are no. You want to wait? I won't.
I'll wait outside. What I will do is I'll try to just stand around where some of the bodyguards are, or the bouncers, I guess they would be, and if they have any if anybody comes up to talk to them that looks like a boss or something like that, I want to listen closely.
Okay. They may at some point ask you to move away. They will ask you to move away from the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
People are coming in, but you can still try to listen in. Do you have any specific hardware for that sort of thing?
I'm not listening for words. I'm listening so that I can use it for a mem vocalizer.
Okay, you want to try to sound like one of them.
Yes, like a boss or something.
Okay. All right. So the deck itself, when you get in, there are 2 levels, right? You can see very clearly a large bar. You should see an upper level. There are a couple of doors behind the bar, probably go to offices, things like that. There is security inside the club as well. There's security by the bar, behind the bar, stage, DJ, the works, right? Little mosh pit in the middle. And it is. I'm not hip enough to know what it used to be said banging, but I don't know what it is now. Fire, something. It's banging fire. I don't know.
It's off the chain.
It's happening. It's hip.
I believe the kids call it Sigma.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
I know it does.
Does it ever?
Did we expect it to make sense?
I've got a niece. It's not Skibbity. That's what I definitely know. So it's got to be Sigma.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's going down.
Or in text mine, it's biting.
It's biting.
I have to say, you have built possibly one of the weirdest Adinos. I am glad that you are reveling in doing it.
I am.
We
Wonder if
absolutely
every
have-
now and then you think to yourself, I should have played a weird Adinos a long time ago.
Probably should have, but
We need to figure out how you can
is the
actually get a
Gmod helps.
perk built around this influencer thing.
It's called
So-
famous.
It's called famous. Yes.
Okay.
There is
I-
perk.
That's it.
That's
fine.
fine. We're
It
gonna
may or
make
may
you
not be a
famous.
perk
Yeah.
coming.
I don't know if he has the charisma for it. Do you?
You could,
Oh, absolutely, I do. Yes.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He has
charisma.
charisma.
Charisma of
He's the
9.
charisma character.
He's the charisma guy.
it works well with us, the storyteller branch as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things that it works pretty well on. So okay. So yeah, there's a club. You can see. Looks like it's pretty crowded, right? And on the edge of the dance floor as well as upstairs, you'll see tables, booths, almost like kind of your VIP style booth, right? Bottle service, all of that sort of thing. And it's all pretty crowded except for one area that's roped off that has a good amount of security in it. And you think it's hard to see from here with the lighting, but that could be Lockman up there. And there's definitely the two women that you were told are act as his security. The one whose debt you're basically in the middle of fixing. So they are also up there. And then security here and there. What do you want to do now that you're in?
Go to the bar and get a drink.
Sure.
Yes.
I
Very much
assume
so.
you have enough small change, 50,
Yes.
$60 of getting drinks at a nightclub.
Yeah.
Let's
I'll cover that. I'll
see.
cover the first round. Shit.
They charge so much. It's ridiculous.
It's a nightclub.
You said
Yeah.
$50 for the first round?
Yeah, for what? 4 of you? Yes. 3 of you?
Sure.
4.
I'm not going to drink.
I mean, one of us is outside, so.
Yeah.
That'd be
He said
3,
one out
4.
to him.
Yeah. 3 of you.
Hey, give this to the strange-looking fellow outside with the rocket arm.
No, we don't bring drinks outside.
No,
Well,
I was
can he
being
come
a
in?
smart ass.
He has to go through security. Talk to the to the bouncers about that.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Just don't take
Thank
his
you.
arm off.
Did you want a drink for him?
No, was just being facetious. Sorry.
Oh.
No, we want him
Right,
in here.
okay. He moves on to the next person. Make you guys wait a little extra for your drink because you were wasting her time. She comes back. Are we ready to order around now? It's kind of rude for a bartender.
Strongest beer you got.
He's busy. Okay. She'll give you some beer.
Yeah, because I assume that they don't actually go by ale here.
Yeah, she gives you a.
What do you think? This is a club for the common people?
It's not a Budweiser, so you're safe.
No, probably not. It would be, the Kano version of Budweiser.
No, it wouldn't be even that. Budweiser's the cheap stuff.
Kano
I was
Weiser?
gonna say,
You don't
be fair-
think Kano is going to purchase some cheap booze for people?
No, not at all.
I mean, not purchase, produce.
A club
Oh,
like
totally
this,
will.
they'll produce something or put a name on something. It's not going to be Budweiser. It's going to be like, the Dos Equis or the Paps or something.
K-beer.
Some
No,
foreign beer.
They're serving a Kano, subsidiary beer in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Remember, I'm from Isle, so I don't even know
so
any
it's
of
the
these.
umbrella
I don't even-
beer. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Each
I don't
your
even,
own.
right.
I don't
It's
even know
terrible.
these names.
It's terrible.
I'll just take a bourbon.
Speaking of terrible,
Yes.
he said bourbon.
Oh.
I disagree with you there,
So
sir.
after you have your drinks, what would we all like to do?
Observe.
Yep. See who
Okay.
moves close to him. Any kind of security that might be trying to stay hidden in the crowd.
All right. Give me some find rolls. Probably individual ones.
Yep.
Not that I'm good at any of this.
Fight the like. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
no.
that every once in a
Fair
while.
Holy smokes!
Look
Clearly,
at
if I don't roll for a couple of weeks, my
Yeah.
roll 20
Yeah.
forgets who I
You
am.
banked it up. This isn't saving them all.
Yeah, apparently Tashiro's, checking the dance floor, but he's not paying close enough attention to see if anybody's packing or playing
He's
security.
not paying attention. He's paying attention to a subset of dancers.
Yeah, the cage up there is pretty good moves, that kind of thing.
Sure. Her moves, right?
Yeah, it's just her moves.
No judgment.
That's what a 0 gets me.
Yeah. Yeah, 0. You're like, I can't tell if those are visible panty lines or not. All right.
Hey, do you
so,
think those are her actual natural ones, or is that a gene mod?
It could be a gene mod. Okay. What time is it? I just had a horrible idea for a gene mod. Girl who wants the real camel toe. All right.
Worse than the trouser tent. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how.
Camel toe for the win.
I don't know how true it is or not, but somebody put a video out of them putting LED lights inside the breast implant, so you can just poke it and it turns on.
That is a terrible idea.
That is a horrible idea.
Hey, babe.
I mean, how do you change the batteries?
That's your concern?
Well, if you ever walk in a dark bedroom, all you gotta do is ask her to turn them on for you so you can find the bed.
You don't need night lights needed.
I'm gonna come with a clapper.
If it's a big girl, she doesn't need a clapper. She just. Anyway. Oh,
all right.
boy.
Okay.
The new low. So, looking around, 0, Cool, and Hobeck. First, it doesn't look like anyone approaches Lockman unless he wants them to. And second, the security that is behind the bar, kind of at office doors and stuff. You can see there's keypads on the doors, right? So there's a keypad, a thumbprint. The security for kind of getting into the back area where the computers probably are that control the functions of the club are fairly secure.
Yeah, but there's always a way to get into stuff.
Digitally,
anyway.
You suspect it's probably because it's easy to see. It would probably degenerate into a fight rather than I don't know how you stealth through a door that can be easily seen.
Oh, no. I'm not trying to stealth through any door. I'm trying to find another way to get connected to the computer system. I don't know that I need to be in that room, do I?
Probably the same way you did have the live connection at the bank.
I just have to find an active connection somewhere that isn't in that room.
That would connect to the security system. Correct.
Well, I mean,
not at the bar.
Wouldn't that be a camera somewhere, maybe? One of those scanners, if there was a scanner for something for another door not so prominently placed.
Not that you guys have seen on 13s.
I wonder if I could do it through the comm system if the bouncers were using a comm system.
Would a 16 help, Hobeck?
I don't know that it would.
Okay.
I think it'd be still a bit short.
So, the information we had on how the security layout is that pretty close to what we're seeing?
It is. I mean, did it give you floor plans for the club? I thought it said.
It says it also has a complete blah blah blah, including additionally the file contains information on building security for the deck. If the power is shut off to certain areas of which the manager
So
has
yeah,
access
so
to do so, it's impossible for anyone to enter or exit.
there are like there's like a back door to the building that does not open into this room. So presumably that could open into that more secure area. But that's kind of exiting the club, circling the building, and trying to break in that way.
Well, that's how we would do it tomorrow.
The last thing is you can technically see there is towards the back of the second floor like an emergency exit that would actually go to the roof. So that might be another point of entry. But that doesn't get you into the security area of, hey, we're going to control this building's ability to the building's ability to shut people down, etc.
Do I see Umar?
Oh yeah, yeah. Remember I was saying he's at a table. Lockman. Oh, Umar is who's tell me who Umar is.
That
He's
is
the
so
guy
Good
with the
funny.
profile and the
kids.
head security at the deck.
You would have seen him, probably noticed him when you came through.
So he's running around.
Appears to be.
And
Actually, not running around. He was kind of supervising the folks as you were coming in through that scanner.
yeah, but he's accessible. As
Yeah.
opposed to Lockman, who's behind a door we can't get through yet.
No, Lockman's not behind a door. He's on the second floor behind a roped off area with his security.
I thought you said there was like a
I said
keypad
there
and
are
something.
also a couple of security doors, and those are the ones that would probably be where the computer system is.
So you could probably
Oh, I
approach
misunderstood.
him if you had an offer.
So what about maybe one of our persuady guys
Bind it.
convincing Umar that he needs to get us up to talk to or get me access to the club's security network, and we can do good things to help all of the kids that he's helping, like fund his efforts. And he's like, how do you do that? I say, if you get us access to this, and you'll see how. Because we just paid off $500,000 worth of debt. As soon as he sees that we paid off $500,000 worth of debt for the two bodyguards, he's going to know that we're good for it, that we've done it before and we can do it again
Yeah, but
without exposing him.
But we don't want to mention that we could do that yet.
Only to Umar. Umar, I need to get connected to the network. I'm not hurting anybody.
If we were going in tonight, maybe, but we could do it tomorrow and set that up.
Yeah, okay.
And is the manager running around also? I assume
That's
inside the bar, taking care of. No,
Well, actually,
Amir's
uh,
Amir's Amir's the manager. Umar is the head of security.
yes. And the Umar is at security. The manager you do not see in here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe those might be people we would have to visit at home.
I mean, you do have day and a half left
Mm-hmm.
in the program. Ooh, excuse me, sorry, a little short on sleep.
The question is do we want to approach, possibly get into Amir's apartment and threaten him? Because it sounds like we could do that by the ye old bathtub and putting him in it.
And a towel.
And a towel. Yeah.
You only need
you know.
bathtub, a towel, and a faucet.
Mm-hmm.
A pitcher.
That would also work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we could get essentially have him get us in so we can get access. Or we could bribe Umar, but I don't think we have the funds to actually do something like that to make it worth his while.
Yeah, bribes I don't think are the way to go just because we have
Yeah.
limited access to that stuff. But I think the leverage on Umar is is not to threaten the kids, but to offer him greater resources to
But
help his
we
kids.
we don't have anything to prime the pump on the hey, look at the resources we have.
Yeah, that's connected to him watching what we do with the girls.
Yeah, but that doesn't help us now, that helps us later.
Right. And if I were him, I would want to see the proof that we could do something to help him before he helped us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Could I show him
Him who?
on my Umar? Could I show Umar on my deck that I'm getting ready to pay off transfer all this money and pay these
I
girls
mean,
off?
you'd have to go out to the security area and ask to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't
Right,
think
but if I talked to him, could I show him this is what I'm getting ready to do here? I could do something similar for you to help your kids.
I mean, sounds possible.
yeah,
Okay.
but do we want to do this the day
No.
before we go in?
I'm
Okay.
merely
Okay.
talking through this.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're just reconning tonight, right?
Yeah.
That was what you had said.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like where you're going with it, but I think would be more of a. That's going to be more of a hey, we have to do something immediate instead of like later.
So, is Lockman's table set up like I am somebody, or is it just a table amongst other tables?
No, I mean, it's a roped off area with security standing there. It's clear he is the someone here.
Okay. Do we want to play?
Any part of the club he wants, etc.
Sure. Do we want to play influencer and try and influence the someone in the club? That's kind of exposing ourselves, and if we
No,
get
not right now.
okay, I think that maybe has served its purpose to get us in because
Mm-hmm.
now that we're in, if we draw attention to ourselves when we come back, they'll
Well,
see us as whatever we drew our attention to ourselves.
Or liable to get thrown out.
Right now, I think our option is spend some time here. Air quotes. Just check everything out. Make sure we have a personal layout, and then possibly go to the apartment of the manager. See what else he has, and if he's there, we might be able to threaten him to let us in the back door.
yes, I like this plan.
Okay. You want to just call it a night and do that then?
Yeah, we spend an hour or two, etc., biting that leg, and then
I need another shot, please.
don't we all? But yeah. Just spend a little time and then leave.
Okay. All right. So you make your way back outside. Other people kind of get let in. This place is very pricey. You end up calling it a night, and then the next day we're gonna go talk to some folks.
Let's talk to him in the morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I have two things. One, I'm finally starting to fall asleep after not sleeping most of last night. And two, with Robert not being here and you guys questioning a bunch of folks, I'd like to pause. We're about 45 minutes early, because but I've hit my last leg. Possibly because the air conditioning is not making it into my office very well. Even with the fan on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is it getting warm here, Mark? Does it
Is
seem
it
like
getting warm in there?
Yeah, well, here in our part of Georgia.
Not in my house.
Is it doing what?
I said, is it getting warm here in
Oh,
our part of Georgia?
I mean,
Yeah, freaking,
Yes.
it's
Fucking hot.
Georgia.
Well,
100
The
degrees today.
90s,
Was
the
it?
96s, 97s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Supposed to been up to they called for about 100 degrees, 100 degree
Yeah.
temperatures today.
That whole
Yeah.
heat wave that's going through the south and up to the northeast right now, and
What's the weather going to be like this weekend?
hot.
Hot and
Hot.
shitty.
Give me a second.
It's
and I will
even
tell you.
hot and
Continue.
crappy here.
Going to be hot and shitty. With continued hot and shitty.
I'll watch
Check
that
the
one.
old Hillbilly Weatherstone for you. You said this weekend?
Yeah, I'll look it. We don't have to do it right now.
Oh no! This is the perfect time.
Once I start to get tired, my mind wanders.
Yep, there's a 40% chance of rain where I'm at Saturday.
Hmm.
Rain on Friday night, Saturday, and then partly cloudy on Sunday. Looks like the highs are in the low 90s. So there's that.
Yeah. Sunday is what I care about.
So, there's your weather report for the upcoming weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Dan. As does the viewer.
Yes, they do.
So tell her thank you when you sign off and go to bed.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We'll be back not next week. We've already discussed that. It'll be the week after. But of course, you can't wait that long. You can join us Saturday night for our GUI Reincarnate, and again on Monday for our Mutants and Masterminds game. Let's see. As far as that's concerned, remember we're in this adventure called Life Together. Please keep that golden rule in mind. Treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourself. With that, have a good week.